You feel it deep within, a steady, undeniable rhythm that signals the end of hesitation. Everywhere you look, subtle messages make themselves known. Dreams that refuse to fade, coincidences too exact to ignore, and a quiet yet constant pull from your intuition. The moment you've been anticipating your whole life is here. This is your affirmation. This is your invitation to move forward. God says, no more waiting. Every hardship, every obstacle, every doubt you've endured, it all served a purpose. Everything has led to this pivotal moment where the universe itself confirms that you've outgrown your previous chapter and are prepared for something greater. The time is now for the door to your destiny to open wide. You need only step through it. Chapter 1. The Awakening of Ancestral Promise. You have walked a path lined with challenges that seem too big to carry, in moments of doubt that threaten to cloud your vision forever. In these moments, you question whether you truly were chosen, or if it was all just a yearning in your heart. Yet each time weariness threatened to swallow you, a hidden current pulled you forward. This was your ancestral promise awakening, passed down through the coded channels of your cosmic DNA. Though you could not always put it into words, you sensed that your lineage carried a hidden reservoir of wisdom, resilience, and spiritual authority. Now, under the celestial decree of no more delays, that reservoir surges up like a wellspring, reminding you that you were never walking this path alone. Dreams and meditations have become gateways to connecting with the elders who paved the way for you. In fleeting flashes, you witnessed the faces of those who carried burden so you could one day stand free of them, walking in a destiny they fought to protect. Their presence may have been veiled before, but the universal laws that govern time and purpose are lifting that veil at last. As their stories blend into your own, you realize that the obstacles you once perceived as random misfortunes were, in fact, carefully orchestrated expansions of your capacity to stand in power. You have been mentored by unseen hands, tested by unforeseen trials, and prepared by forces that recognized you would one day stand tall to embody this very promise. Yet not everyone celebrating your awakening has good intentions. Hidden antagonists watch from the fringes, unsettled by the magnitude of what you carry. Perhaps they once tried to bury your potential under layers of confusion or self-doubt, hoping to keep you from discovering the inheritance woven into your spirit. Now, as the cosmic currents shift and declare no more delays, their own illusions begin to crumble. They cannot stand against the unstoppable tide of truth rising from within you. Their attempts at distraction or sabotage dissolve under the relentless light that shines when ancestral protection meets your newly ignited awareness. Your task is not only to recognize your lineage, but also to trust it. Universal laws remind you that what you sow, you will inevitably reap. Every step you have taken in integrity has planted seeds of blessing, even when you feared you had lost your way. Now, as you align with these principles and call upon karmic justice for those who once hindered you, you find that the scales of righteousness are moving decisively in your favor. In ways both subtle and grand, life rearranges itself to confirm that you are right where you are meant to be. The watchers, ever-present guardians, who have quietly nudged you through each choice, soften the landscape ahead so you may travel it with grace. With this chapter of your life, you stand at a threshold. Behind you are the trials that shaped you, and before you is the doorway into a future no longer postponed. The cosmic signals, the ancestral whispers, and the quiet voice of God within your heart all merge in a single declaration. It is time. No more delays will be tolerated. Feel the steady vibration of your ancestral promise resonating through your every cell, a reminder that you belong to something greater than any challenge. As you lift your gaze, you sense how each day from here on carries the weight of destiny and the electric thrill of untapped possibility. You are ready, and every force in creation knows it. Chapter 2. Dismantling the Illusions. You may have wondered why it took so long for you to see the road ahead with such clarity. Patterns of frustration, dead ends, or abrupt pauses seem to cast a haze over your potential. In truth, illusions are easily spun when you doubt your own worth or question whether you are truly chosen. Yet illusions cannot endure in the presence of universal law. As God's directive echoes, no more delays, These illusions begin to shatter like thin glass under the weight of your unfolding truth. The hidden antagonists who once thrived in your confusion step forward, grasping frantically at the last vestiges of misdirection they can conjure. They whisper insidious doubts that you've imagined your calling, that you stand alone, that the universe isn't truly for you. But something within you has changed. You see these whispers for what they are, a last-ditch attempt to keep you off your divine timeline. In the past, you might have entertained such thoughts, letting them corrode your self-belief. Now, however, each illusion you perceive fuels your determination to stand firm. What once felt like an impenetrable fog dissolves in the glow of clarity emanating from your core. In subtle yet powerful ways, your dreams serve as nightly clinics of truth, offering glimpses into hidden corners of reality where your spirit roams unencumbered by worldly fears. You wake with fragments of symbolic imagery, roads diverging, ancestral figures nodding in approval, cosmic beings unveiling deeper layers of your destiny. These messages are no random curiosities. They are your spiritual coding speaking to you, showing you that the illusions used to deter you hold no real power in this new domain. Each time you dream, a line is drawn, illusions on one side and the unstoppable surge of your true identity on the other. This dismantling of deception aligns seamlessly with karmic justice. Those who orchestrated or benefited from your confusion are called to account by forces greater than any mortal scheme. You notice synchronicities in their lives, a dismantling of their own illusions, a series of circumstances that force them to confront truths they once suppressed. There is no need for you to harbor vengeance. Universal laws manage that balance. Instead, you remain focused on your calling, allowing your heightened awareness to guide you toward the opportunities that now flood into your life. Your cosmic DNA vibrates with new frequencies each time an illusion falls away. What once felt like the slowest, most testing journey now accelerates with unimaginable speed. It's as if the road ahead has been freed of blockages that once caused endless delay. The Watchers, ever vigilant, direct streams of possibility your way. A conversation with a stranger yields life-changing insight. A door that was closed without explanation flings open, revealing a world of new potential. You begin to understand that the illusions you faced were never permanent barriers. They were catalysts, urging you to build the spiritual muscles necessary to carry the weight of your true purpose. And so you stand victorious over the remnants of deception, armed with the clarity that emerges from each newly revealed truth. The pace quickens, and you sense the swirl of cosmic energy proclaiming that time is short and the harvest is near. No more delays means exactly that. Not a single breath wasted, not another day forfeited to fear or doubt. With illusions dissolving all around you, you step onto a path of luminous certainty. You have been prepared for such a time as this, and every part of your being resonates with the knowledge that you will not be denied your rightful place in the grand tapestry of destiny. Chapter 3. The Breakthrough the Season. When you think of a breakthrough, you might envision a sudden burst of light splitting the darkness. Yet true breakthroughs often unfold like dawn, gently at first but impossible to hold once they begin. That is what you are entering now, a season where the momentum of your life changes so completely that you can never go back to old limitations. God has whispered the decree of no more delays, and creation itself rushes to comply. The universal currents that once felt distant now flow around you, propelling you toward heights you barely dared to dream. In this season, you feel as though invisible hands are removing obstacles you once thought immovable. Opportunities that appeared sealed off in previous chapters resurface with greater clarity and potential. People you never imagined would come to your aid step forward, offering assistance or resources that defy logic. You realize that the hidden weaving of ancestral protection is more elaborate than you ever understood. Those who came before you left codes, alliances, and blessings along the path, all timed to activate precisely when you needed them most. Of course, these blessings do not mean you are free from resistance. Old adversaries may attempt a final strike, aware that if they do not act now, your breakthrough will become unstoppable. They may disguise themselves as supportive voices, urging caution when your spirit longs to soar. They may sow subtle seeds of self-doubt at the exact moment your faith is ready to burst into full bloom. But your cosmic DNA, awakened and alert, recognizes these tactics for what they are. Each attempt to delay only reaffirms how close you are to crossing the threshold. Every whisper of doubt simply bounces off the shield of truth you've nurtured through prayer, meditation, and unwavering trust. Dream communication escalates as if the realm of spirit senses this. Breakthrough is too significant to leave to chance. You might wake with images of meeting your younger self, offering comfort and encouragement. Or you might find yourself standing on a mountain peak in a dream, gazing at horizons of pure potential. These experiences are not random fantasies. They represent the intangible scaffolding of your destiny. Clues and confirmations placed in your path by the watchers, by ancestors, and by the universal laws that operate in the shadows of your everyday life. In the physical world, everything accelerates. Plans that used to move at a crawl suddenly gather speed. Projects that felt cursed by delays gain unexpected momentum. New relationships, romantic, professional, or purely spiritual, arrive like comets blazing across your sky. Each of these events carries the unmistakable imprint of karmic justice, as though every good seed you planted long ago has now sprouted into a garden of promise. Even your challenges feel more purposeful. Instead of dragging you down, they appear like stepping stones, each one lifting you higher so you can see the path more clearly. This is not the time for timid moves. You stand in a breakthrough season orchestrated by a divine decree. God says no more delays, and your spirit feels it down to the core of your being. Choose to answer that call by leaning into your gifts, your calling, and the fire that has been burning quietly in your heart for so long. Let every cell in your body, every corner of your mind, vibrate with the certainty that this is the season for which you have been prepared. Step boldly, speak your truth, and embrace the momentum rushing beneath your feet. You have outgrown the past. You have overcome illusions. And now you are in the midst of a breakthrough so profound that it will redefine what you believe is possible. Chapter 4. Realigning with Divine Timing. Time has always been a puzzle for you, an elusive concept that seemed to both hinder and hasten your progress. Days slipped through your fingers like sand when you needed them most, or dragged on endlessly when you begged for change. Yet deep inside, you sensed another kind of timing, something beyond the ordinary clocks and calendars. Now, as you settle into the new season of no more delays, you realize you have tapped into this deeper flow. It is a rhythm established by forces larger than your daily schedule, synced with the beat of your own awakened heart. Previously, you might have felt you were forever running late, just missing the crucial window for success or transformation. That sense of perpetual lateness was an illusion, woven by unseen adversaries who thrived on your frustration. They used every apparent setback to fuel your self-doubt, whispering that your moment had passed. Yet as universal laws pivot in your favor, these whispers lose their potency. You see how every pause, every seeming detour, was part of a grand orchestration preparing you for right now. The watchers who have gently nudged you all along smile as they witness your growing trust in divine timing. In dreamscapes, you might find yourself seated in front of massive cosmic clocks, each ticking in perfect harmony, the hands pointing to a radiant alignment. Or you may see an old hourglass shatter, its sand pouring onto fertile ground that bursts into bloom. These symbolic visions reflect the reorientation happening within your spirit. The constraints of mere earthly schedules bow before a timeline rooted in ancestral wisdom and cosmic equilibrium. What once felt delayed now stands revealed as purposeful, every step building toward this exact configuration of events. Ancestral protection is at work here, ensuring that you connect with the right people, resources, and insights at precisely the right moment. If you reflect on your life's journey, you can trace how certain friendships or opportunities arrive just in time to keep you moving forward. This pattern is not coincidence. It is the dance of a benevolent cosmos, weaving together your experiences so that you would be equipped for the magnitude of blessings poised to enter your life. The watchers orchestrate connections that defy chance, and you step into them with a certainty that resonates with your cosmic DNA. Your divine timing does not guarantee a challenge-free path. Adversaries often choose the most pivotal moments to strike, hoping to disrupt the final alignment. You may encounter unexpected roadblocks just as you are about to seize an opportunity, or people you thought were allies might reveal hidden agendas. These conflicts can feel especially disheartening when you sense how close you are to fruition. But remember the laws that oversee your unfolding story. Illusions and deceptions cannot stand in the presence of pure intention. While such trials may sting, they ultimately prove powerless to divert a destiny anchored in divine decree. You come to a point where your faith in timing merges seamlessly with your faith in yourself. You no longer resist when events shift abruptly. Instead, you stay alert for the deeper reasons behind each twist. This open-hearted acceptance of divine guidance helps you navigate obstacles swiftly, turning potential stumbling blocks into stepping stones. Karmic justice again plays its part, ensuring that those who attempt to delay you face the very hindrance they wish upon you. Your path, though not free from obstacles, glimmers with the clarity that no external force can overshadow the plan mapped out for you. In this alignment, you discover peace. The frantic scurrying for what you believed had to happen overnight gives way to a profound calm, a quiet knowing that everything arrives exactly when you are ready. This is the essence of a destiny unbound by human timelines. Every breath becomes an act of trust in a higher blueprint, authored by the same power that set universes into motion. And so, you move forward, unhurried but unstoppable, each step illuminating the path for others to follow. Truly, you have stepped into a realm where the clock belongs to God, and every second is a gift. Chapter 5. The Power of Release. A pivotal change dawns upon you. To rise into your full calling, you must let go of everything that has weighed you down. Old attachments, people, habits, environments may have served a purpose at one point, but in a new era of no more delays, they become anchors that stall your acceleration. You feel a tug in your soul urging you to shed what no longer aligns with who you have become. This releasing is not an act of abandonment or betrayal. It is an affirmation of growth, a liberation of energy that has been stagnant for too long. You begin to examine the relationships in your life, both personal and professional, with heightened discernment. You see how certain individuals feed your fears, exploit your vulnerabilities, or trivialize the calling that radiates from your spirit. These hidden antagonists may not always come disguised as villains. Sometimes they appear as well-meaning confidants who gently steer you off track, urging compromise when your soul craves expansion. As you step back, you realize these connections occupy emotional space that could otherwise be filled by the supporters and visionaries who truly see and value your potential. This reevaluation extends to your daily rituals, your environment, even your diet. Instinctively, you crave cleaner inputs, foods that energize rather than deplete, activities that spark joy instead of draining your spirit. It dawns on you that your body is a temple where your cosmic DNA thrives, and that caring for it is an act of honoring the universal laws pulsing through your being. You find yourself making changes that might baffle those around you, yet each modification reinforces the message your soul has been broadcasting. You are done with all that hinders, done with old baggage that no longer serves the destiny unfolding before you. Such release can be messy. Emotions surge unexpectedly as you let go of long-held attachments. Moments of nostalgia tempt you to cling to what's familiar, even as your spirit knows those ties must be dissolved. You might grieve for the versions of yourself that accepted less than you deserved. In these vulnerable spaces, ancestral protection holds you close, reminding you that your lineage endured countless transformations, each one essential for growth. The Watchers amplify signs and synchronicities, guiding you to trust the process even when your mind struggles to let go. Karmic justice weaves itself into this season of release, often in surprising ways. Doors that slam shut unexpectedly reopen once you clear energetic blockages. Strange relationships experience either a clean severance or a miraculous healing, depending on whether the time has truly come for them to leave your life. You discover that the universal laws respond swiftly when your intentions align with truth. In releasing old weights, you give space for blessings to rush in. It's like clearing a clogged riverbed and watching the water flow freely once more. Your dreams offer vivid metaphors for this transformation. Perhaps you dream of walking through a house filled with clutter, tossing out objects that hold no real meaning. Or you might see yourself crossing a bridge, each step marking the dissolution of an old habit or fear. These images resonate beyond the dream world, confirming that the spiritual coding in your soul is unlocking new dimensions of freedom. As you awaken each morning, you realize these dreams aren't just symbolic. They are blueprints for the quantum shifts taking place within you. At the center of this release stands a solemn vow you've made with yourself and with the divine. No more delays in becoming who you truly are. Clinging to outdated attachments drags you back into cycles of stagnation. But every time you choose release, you stride further into a destiny that is calling your name. There is a growing lightness in your spirit, an unburdened sense of possibility that whispers of the wonders just around the corner. This is the power of release, a sacred act that echoes God's command to move boldly into the next chapter of your life, unencumbered by anything that might keep you from soaring. Chapter 6. The Convergence of Blessings. Blessings rarely arrive as neat, singular events. They come in waves, cresting one after another, converging at precisely the moment you are ready to receive them. You stand in awe as each day seems to bring a fresh unveiling of favor, an unexpected financial breakthrough, a soul-affirming connection, a profound spiritual insight that reshapes how you view the world. Everywhere you turn, signs announce that God's message of no more delays has stirred the cosmos into swift and purposeful action. At first, these blessings may feel almost overwhelming. After enduring stretches of waiting and battling illusions, you might secretly wonder if the abundance unfolding before you is too good to be true. Yet universal laws assure you that nothing is random about this convergence. You planted seeds of faith, perseverance, and generosity long before the world took notice. Now those seeds sprout simultaneously, showering you with confirmations that you have indeed been chosen for a higher purpose. Ancestral protection reveals itself in vivid form during this phase. You might stumble upon old family stories or documents that illuminate how your forebears overcame trials eerily similar to your own. For you suddenly find yourself in the company of like-minded individuals whose talents and aspirations mirror what you carry in your spirit. These alliances manifest as though orchestrated by a grand design, and in truth, they are. The Watchers have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to connect you with the souls, opportunities, and resources that align with your destiny. Their whispers guide you to the right place at the right time, ensuring the path to your blessings remains clear. Hidden antagonists may still linger, but they are no longer able to block the flow. Where once they sowed confusion and delay, now they seem powerless against the wave of good pouring into your life. Any attempts at sabotage merely highlight the stark difference between those operating in truth and those clinging to deceptive agendas. Karmic justice marches onward, unraveling manipulations and vindicating those who acted with pure hearts. You no longer need to defend your blessings. They speak for themselves. Undeniable evidence that the universe is fulfilling what has long been promised. In this season of convergence, your dream communication morphs into a dialogue of gratitude and understanding. You find yourself thanking the ancestors, the Watchers, and even your own past struggles for shaping you into someone capable of stewarding these blessings responsibly. Visions of golden landscapes, open doors, or bountiful harvests fill your nights, providing a cosmic nod to the internal transformation you've undergone. Each time you close your eyes, you commune with the essence of grace, and you awake feeling more certain that your life is underpinned by a divine blueprint. Such abundance invites you to shine your light outward, inspiring and uplifting those around you. As your blessings multiply, you discover that sharing them through acts of kindness, mentorship, or the simple grace of listening only broadens their reach. The Watchers beam with approval as they watch you become a channel of blessings rather than a mere recipient. This expansive generosity reflects the cosmic DNA that courses through your lineage, a lineage characterized by resilience, wisdom, and compassion. You begin to realize that your blessings are not yours alone. They form part of a collective awakening that stirs hope in those who witness your journey. Thus, you stand in the midst of this convergence, arms wide open to the torrent of favor flowing your way. Each new day confirms what your heart has been proclaiming all along. You were born for this moment. God's decree of no more delays resonates through every corner of your being, merging with the unstoppable force of your awakened spirit. Eager, grateful, and Uruk, you prepare for the final stage of this transformative journey, knowing that the best is yet to come. Chapter 7. Embracing Your Divine Commission. You have felt the shift, no more lingering uncertainty about whether this calling is real or whether you're strong enough to fulfill it. All signs point to one conclusion: you were meant for this. Nighttime dreams, chance encounters, even the unshakable voice of the divine have converged to say, no more delays. Now, at the culmination of everything you've endured, you stand at the threshold of a horizon without limits, ready to accept the commission assigned to you before your first heartbeat. Embracing your commission demands boldness. Any illusions once dominating your thoughts now shatter under the force of your clarity. No longer do you tiptoe around your capacity, questioning if you have permission to shine. Instead, you stride forward with unbreakable conviction, carrying the torch of ancestral fortitude in one hand and the banner of universal law in the other. Challenges remain, but they now serve as platforms to exhibit how deeply you stand in spiritual authority. Each obstacle morphs into a proving ground, confirming the potency of your alignment rather than threatening it. This evolution does not happen in a vacuum. Your cosmic DNA, resonating like a beacon, calls forth others who share a similar stirring in their souls. Collaborators, mentors, or those you're destined to guide. A quiet recognition passes between you. We are bound by something profound. You realize the Watchers have arranged these convergences, ensuring you have the alliance and accountability necessary to honor your calling. Even your ancestors gather in spirit, their collective strength infusing your steps as you press on. Meanwhile, karmic justice unfolds visibly around you. Allies who champion sincerity and compassion flourish alongside you. Those who manipulate or sow discord watch their own influence collapse. Where once the laws of the universe seemed like lofty abstractions, you now see them operating in real time, rewarding purity of heart and genuine intent. The question is no longer whether the universe supports you, it's how best to harness that cosmic affirmation for the highest good. Your approach to life shifts radically. A new boldness colors every word you speak and every decision you make. You find yourself refusing to indulge negative cycles, be they personal doubts or collective fear-mongering. Not out of arrogance, but because you've tasted the indescribable freedom that blossoms from aligning with divine principles. Each day presents fresh opportunities to expand your blessing, be it offering a hand to someone trapped in illusions or simply radiating the steadfast assurance that others too can break free. During the night, your dreams sharpen further. You see visions of radiant gates, of celestial gatherings, of ancestors celebrating your unwavering stance. These aren't idle fantasies. They're echoes from realms where your higher self moves unbound, pointing you ever deeper into your divine commission. The Watchers attend these dream assemblies, utterly silent yet intimately present, as though they have quietly awaited your heart to catch up to your destiny. Each waking morning, you recall these nighttime glimpses and feel your confidence swell like a rising tide. Looking back at all your transformations, moments that humbled you, heartbreaks that sharpened your resolve, and breakthroughs that left you a ruck, you realize you've been scaling a mountain of progress. Now from this lofty vantage, you see an even vaster landscape stretching beyond your imagination. No more delays isn't a scolding or a push. It's a simple statement of fact. You've outgrown the versions of yourself that wavered. You see how every trial formed an essential rung on the ladder that brought you here. Stepping fully into your commission also redefines your mission on Earth. You realize destiny is never just about one individual's glory. It's about how your awakened gifts ripple into others' lives. Perhaps you'll birth a community program that ignites hope, or you'll revolutionize your field with unprecedented innovation. Maybe your impact unfolds in quieter gestures, healing fractured bonds or sparking faith in someone on the verge of despair. Whatever shape it takes, you wield your gifts not as a trophy, but as a lifeline for a world yearning to see living proof of transformation. That's the essence of embracing your commission. You let go of the notion that you must wait for further validation or official sanction. God's call supersedes all lesser authorities. Your ancestors and the Watchers nod in agreement, as though to say, "We've prepared the way, now claim it." And claim it you will. With each step, your once timid heartbeat drums a new anthem, unstoppable, unshakable, unapologetic. In the hush that follows, you breathe in the reality of your readiness. You recall your darkest nights, your fiercest doubts, and how they all capitulated the moment you decided to stand in truth. The Watcher's presence fills you like a silent fanfare, heralding the next chapter. No more hesitation lingers. No second guessing. You carry the memory of your forging process as a testament. If you overcame all that before, you can transcend anything next. United with ancestral might, guided by divine law, you stride forward with your heart ablaze. And so it begins. The grand commission you were destined to fulfill. You walk with confidence, grounded in grace, certain that every word spoken and every action taken can shape destinies well beyond your own. Each day is an invitation to mirror the divine design inscribed in your spirit. You inhale courage and exhale transformation, stepping into your sphere of influence with love and authority. No more delays. The call is clear. You answer, unwavering, and in doing so, become the living embodiment of a promise made long before your first breath.